Right, let's get a depot down.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Now, if we bring tools into here, currently the tools can't be taken anywhere. So we need to get this going.
Welcome to the Nut House.
And the cargo, Beanman97, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome to the Nut House. And Thomas, thank you for gifting us up to Beanman. Shy Wolf, welcome back. Ruben, let it go. I'm not going to spend ages looking for a tiny piece of track. It doesn't matter. Platforms are on the inside for cargo. So we want the inside run, which is these two. Which is the inside two. Right. So we need to just bring... that back a touch. Putting signals down in these tunnel, multi-track tunnels is a bit of a pain. Probably, Ruben. At some point we'll discover it and then you can chuckle. Wrong. Okay. We shall define a new line from Feelsbad East into Feelsbad, and this will be Feelsbad Tools. Does it feel better now, Ruben? Are you breathing a sigh of relief on the inside? Right, hopefully one train will, excuse me, do this. For tools, we're going to need boxcars. Maximum speed of 80. Wow, the SCH is like bottom of the list now. Look at this. The difference in those two trains, considering like the tractive effort is almost the same, but the speed difference is substantial, but the price you pay, it's double. Right, let's just make sure when it gets to here, it does not load anything. It's going to completely unload there. Now this is look now. So we want train look now tool trains. And this has got to go much further, so we're going to need a faster train. Having said that, did the camera freeze? No, why? How did train tunnels look in Fever 2? No, they're quite well done, DJ Kenton. They're basically like bricked all the way down the inside. I'm going to have to wait for a full load up though. I don't want it travelling that journey without being full. Why use electric trains? We don't have any electric locos. Right, now we're going to need a truck depot. Out the way over here will do. And we need to take the tools and drop them off somewhere. So they want to be here. So what we'll probably do is just add a bit of road there. We have a truck stop somewhere around here. Should more than cover it. Right, so we want a truck that can take tools. Let's see. All cargo types. Flatbed will do. Lovely. Have you looked if you've unlocked multiple unit trains yet?
Welcome back, Nutter.
All I've got right now is Steam. Yeah, DMC, I don't know. Maybe we need like a different depot. But I can't see one. I mean, I've electrified outside, so I don't know when the first electric train's going to come in. Asia seems to be very slow in progress. Did the EU not have 1922 electric trains? It could be that. It could be because we're in Asia and they didn't get electric trains until later. I don't know. Oh, one tool? Wow. They've got plenty of planks. They're not exactly spitting out tools onto that platform. Look now, shipping 16, transport minus 100%. I'm sure that makes sense to somebody. Got loads of planks. So that should now get some tools, I hope. Yes, indeed. Hey, Donkey, you're in the Arctic Circle now. Nice. Is it completely pitch black? That might help. That's only just breaking even that train. Once we link this through to Lucknow, we can have a passenger run from Shanghai all the way through there. That'll bring in a lot more money. That's the next big earner. So that is going to be the 2 outer tracks. Come through here. Let's finish this off. I'm going to have to reconfigure that platform again at some point, so that these 2 inner lines are the high-speed bypass. Because at the moment, these 2 inner tracks will take you straight through Lucknow without stopping, but we'll use them later when we get super fast trains going. So for now, what we want to do is, let's see, that passenger line's being used. This is the free passenger one here. Right. If only City Skylines would build parallel track roads like that. Yeah, that would be great. It would be great if they did that. The Douglas C-49 Skytrain. Rep. All right, let's get them a depot. You'd rather see me continue this all evening and do Sunday night trekking next week. Yoshi, what does everybody else think about that? Look now to feels bad. Look now to feels bad trains. Passenger to passenger. Lovely. You agree, poll time sounds good, agree. Not Sunday without Sunday night trucking. No, it's Sunday. All good, carry on. Interesting. All right, let's run a poll. If I can work out how to run a poll, given this crazy new Twitch... Oh my god. Hang on. Hang on. /poll. Poll. Evening game. I'll put SNT or TF2 as the options. Sunday night trucking or Transport Fever 2. Well, I'll put it up there for 3 minutes and then you've got plenty of time. The people that want Sunday night trucking are not here yet. Yeah, Trey, but I don't know how many that will be, you know. They tend to get... To be honest, Trey, I mean, when I watch, like, viewing graphs and stuff, it doesn't kind of suddenly go whoosh at 5 o'clock. It kind of, like, goes a bit, but it might be a couple of hundred people maximum. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll run a poll on that. The poll's open. I can't see where the... Oh, there's the answers. Right, yeah. If you go, how do you enter the poll? It's built into Twitch, so if you can't... Like, if you're on Chatter, you're not going to see it. If you run a browser, you'll see it. I'm not sure if the Twitch app has it built in yet. You've got 3 minutes to go and find a browser. It should appear at the top of your chat box if you're on a browser or something. I don't think the app does it for some stupid reason. At the top of the chat, you'll see it. Right, that's the passenger run, isn't it, that I just built? So we're going to want a couple of these. Hang on. absolutely hate this new dashboard. The new dashboard automatically previews like the full stream, so you end up not just uploading the stream, but downloading it to watch it back again. And I keep turning it off and saying hide player, and it keeps doing it again. It's actually infuriating. We're going to need more votes than this. At the moment, there's only 250 of you voting. I would like to see at least half of you voting. Well, it's not so much that, Langeveld. You have to roll with the times. Listen, I don't know who's saying exclamation mark vote, but it isn't that. That doesn't work.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
It's built into the Twitch chat. Negative Nero, is that? Thank you for 16 months. KC, 24 months. There, you got there, man. Well done. Thank you. Major Slaphead of 14. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can vote on mobile, Spalex. I think you have to kind of do it in the Twitch chat thingy. I mean, there's 300 of you voting. I mean, the 300 that are voting, it's 76% want TF2. But I would like more votes, to be honest. It should be at the top of your chat window. Well, the new DLC was out last week, so there is that.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Well, Mr. Fubar, given that we're playing Transport Fever 2, what do you think? Right. Dre, the poll doesn't work, does it still?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Am I correct in thinking, Dre, that the poll doesn't work at the moment? Because the pie chart's broken or something? No, I mean the one that I used to have, Dre. The one that uses the coded backend. Yeah, exactly. Not the built-into chat one. The one that uses the exclamation mark command. There's a hidden dashboard you can use. I can send you the Reddit post if you like. Please do, Harry Deslayer. If you could message one of the mods with that, I'll have a look. I could do a straw poll, but then with a straw poll, you have to click a link and go off, don't you? It does work, right? I don't know if I've got it on the screen, though. Where will it show me the results, though, Dre? Because I'm not sure I'm capturing it anymore. I think I got rid of the OBS capture a while back when it stopped working. No, I'd kind of like to get more people in on the voting, to be honest. I'm just trying to work out the best way of doing it. I appreciate what you're saying about the votes. I just like to get more of a in the panel on the poll. Okay, hang on. Let me pause this a sec. Try and figure this out. Okay, if I create a poll, evening game, option 1 will be SNT, option 2 will be TF2. And if I open that, was it just a pie chart that's broken, Dre? I can't remember. Right, try that now. Do exclamation mark vote space SNT, exclamation mark vote space TF2. Try that. And if I put that on, you should see in the panel what's going on. So the total votes are here. It kind of looks like it's working. I thought it was broken for a while, Dre. At least we can see that. I'd like to get this to 500 if possible. It still shows the correct percentage. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know, Dre. Well, I thought I turned it off, Dre, because it didn't work anymore. I thought it was just... Maybe I'm going mad. Just voting for this evening's gaming, like whether to do Sunday night trucking and go trucking at 5 o'clock, or whether to carry on with this. Like, I'm just trying to get a feel for what people want to do, but I would like more votes, really. I know there's a lot of people lurking. I kind of feel more comfortable if, like, half of the viewers were voting rather than 25% of them, you know?
Welcome back, Nutter.
So if you are lurking, please do come out of lurk mode for a second and put exclamation mark vote space and then the option SNT or TF2. Andreas, thank you. Welcome back. Jord with almost 4 years, blimey. And Hesseland, thank you for 27. Well, the Twitch vote, we ran that, but I'm wondering if more people can vote this way, you see. I just want to get a proper feel for it. I don't care which game you play, Poil. See, if everybody was like you, Poil, we wouldn't have to do this poll, would we? Yeah, actually, Eklos, you might be right. A lot of people were trying to do that all the time. That could be the reason, yeah. Third option, don't mind. Let Doyle decide. Okay. I could let him decide, but I probably wouldn't understand the answer. I mean, like, if he wags his tail to the left, it could be Sunday Night Trucking, and if he, like, wags his tail to the right, it could be Transport Fever. But I wouldn't know that. Do you think these poll numbers might change if the poll ran close to the time we would be starting Sunday Night Trucking? I don't know, Valtiel. It's like, you know, it's the age-old question. Let's just keep having a vote until we get what I want. BF1248, welcome back. Emma of the North, thank you for 4 months, another month. Happy weekend, everyone. Well, okay, let's stop it there, because at the moment we're showing... I'll close the voting now. I think we've... 350 people voted, which means over 2/3 of you are sat on your fingers doing nothing. 70% near enough. I mean, it's not exactly 50-50, is it? It's pretty substantial at the moment. Okay, all right. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll wait until a bit nearer 5 o'clock, and then we'll have another poll. At the moment, Transport Fever 2 is much favourite at the moment. When we get nearer 5 o'clock, or when we get to 5 o'clock, maybe, I don't know. We'll try it then. Right, give me 1 sec. I need to...
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I mean, you know, missing Sunday Night Trucking in 1 week, it's not the end of the world, is it?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
At the end of the day, it's about how do we want to enjoy our Sunday evening, right? That's what it really is. Not like, oh, it has to be this. Secret Squirrel, thank you for 2 years. Enjoy the golden acorn. Right, was this a passenger run? It was, wasn't it? Let's need a fast train. It's the fastest train we have, 115. Is the town big enough to pay for that? 750,000? Blimey. I don't know. Actually, I've just remembered. What I was actually going to do, I think I've linked this wrong. What I was going to do was have the passengers go through and stop here. So instead of bringing it into here, I can actually drop it in there, reconfigure this line, upgrade the trains to super fast, and have the whole thing go from Shanghai to Lucknow. And hopefully get paid a fortune. We did do the DLC last week, Yoshi, yeah. And it has been out since Thursday, so people have played it. So, you know, there is that. Whereas this game is not actually out yet. So, yeah, I think people want to see more of it. Personally, I would like to get to planes. I reckon with this much money in the bank, pretty soon we can get a plane route going, and I'd like to see that. So if it was down to me, I on balance, I'd probably go with Transport Fever 2 for this evening. Right, let's see. Pause that a second. And we'll trash some of this. And we'll trash some of that. Your new i9 PC has just been delivered, blimey. Right, so if we do that, and we'll put a signal there. Now we need to find the line that comes into here. So that's going to be the Shanghai Feels Bad train. Except now it's going to be Shanghai Feels Bad. Look now trains. Okay, that's not right. Oh, I've got a blue. I've already got a passenger run going. I need to reallocate that train that's on the blue line. Andy M71, mate, thank you very much for dropping 10 wholesome subs on the chat. 3 brand new subs and 7 resubs, thanks to Andy M71. If you just got gifted one, please give me a thank you. GG, sir. Okay, so that will do that. The only thing I need to do is figure out the blue line, which is gotta be Look Now Feels Bad trains. What is the train for that?
Welcome back, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter.
I can't find the train that's on that line.
Welcome back.
How do I get to the train that's on this line? Like, I literally don't know where it is right now.
Welcome back.
Where'd you go? You can manipulate how the towns grow to certain degrees, not to stop you from beautifying them as well. You can plant trees and stuff, yeah. And you can, like, shape the land.
Welcome.
I can't find this train. It's not the depot. I have no idea, Solid, what that game is. I've never heard of it.
To the nut house.
Isn't the one leaving the station right now? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. This is weird. Did I... Maybe I didn't put any trains on the line yet. Hang on. If I try and delete the line... Ah, that's why. It's all good. Bands 2034, thank you for gifting subs to Bart Jew, Benji, and Asa Racer. And also to Danby. Very individually gifted subs there, mans. Thank you, mate. Greg P, thanks for 7 months. Ooh. I wish we was doing boat stuff. Tanker towboat. Look at that. That looks awesome. That looks so good. Okay, let's get the vehicle manager up. And we're going to go to...
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
That's a quick way to go from here to the vehicle manager for that line. If I want to look at the vehicles that are on that line, how do I do it quickly?
Welcome back.
So I guess I've just got to find it in here. It would be good if you could click through from the line manager and say, show me the vehicles on that line. Just a little button. Yeah, on Sandbox. Started 1850, medium difficulty, tropical biome, Asian setting. And we started yesterday if you want to see it from the beginning. Yeah, I know the vehicles manager does that, but if I'm on a specific line here, yeah, let's say, if I want on a line here, I want to go from here to that screen highlighting that line. Yeah, I just want a button. I can't see one. I want a button to go from here to that line. There. Do you see what I mean? Man's 2034 is still gifting.
Welcome back,
Holy moly.
Nutter.
Double O Danby. Welcome, sir. 7.94, double 10. 20 months. Thank you. Gifted a sub to Dash and Dylanero. Welcome, guys.
To the nut house.
Yeah, there's no way doing that, but there should be, right? Because it's very, very useful. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to replace these trains with super fast ones. Can't do electric yet. The fastest train that we have is this one. So we'll have one of them. Passenger wagons. 4 times loading speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cars. Replace for 8.7 million.
Welcome to the nut house.
Give it another train. Wow. If you highlight and click clone, it clones both. Interesting.
Welcome to the
Yay! Look where it spawned the new trains, guys. It spawned them in this depot. And now it probably has no way of getting through to where I want it. Yay! Yep, because that line's going to come into the cargo platform. There is no way that it can operate on that line. Oh my god. That is singly the most infuriating thing. Didn't you click on the depot of your choice? It doesn't matter. You can't tell it which depot to spawn in. The only way that like the clone tool, appears to be no way to specify the depot that you want it to come out of. Even if you click the depot first.
Welcome back, Nutter.
The only way you can do it is to literally build the thing from scratch out of the depot and then assign the line onto it. The clone tool just randomly chooses depots. It seems to pick any depot where it can send it to Shanghai. That's what it's done. Oh my god, that's annoying. So that train is now here. On its way to Shanghai. Let me pause it a sec. And effectively, I need to get it onto that track right there. And that's going to be tricky. I think the only way of doing this right now is to do something like this. Just quickly join that dot. So that hopefully it will carry on and drive straight through. That's what I hope it's going to do. In theory, it should stop here now and then carry on and put itself on the correct line.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Right, we need to get him out the way. Then I think he's another one. Come on, boys, keep going. Once he's through, I can then destroy that piece of track. There we go.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we fixed it. Phew. Alrighty then. Fatty, my lord, this might be a question, a loaded question, but how do you feel about Sunday Night Trucking? You've been doing it for a long time. I would understand if you feel a bit tired of it or just any other game. It's a channel tradition and changing it can be scary. I have thought about this, Fatty. I don't know if you guys have thought about this. The problem is this, Fatty. I have no problem doing Sunday Night Trucking. However, there are many weeks when it gets progressively more difficult to think of like new and interesting things to do. Because, you know, sometimes there's just not enough truck mods have come out, or not enough new map extensions come out, or there's no change to the game. Like, it can become very difficult on some weeks. You know, in the early days when there were new mods coming out and new maps coming out and, you know, things were moving all the time, it was very easy to do it. Whereas now it can be very hard. All the trucks that you ever want to drive, pretty much there's a mod for them. So it is difficult. But I don't know what to say, Fatty, except that I will always make a decision about what's best for the channel. So if I feel at some point that it should be every other week rather than every week or something like that, then, well, that's the way it's going to be. I have to do what I can, work with what I've got. If there were, like, more trucking games to play, maybe it'd be different. You don't always need new stuff. Well, that's true, Muffins, but then a lot of people get bored unless there isn't new stuff, you know? I've seen plenty of people come into chat and say, oh yeah, I've not played Euro Truck for like 9 months. I got bored of it and just stopped playing. But now I'm trying it again. They take a break from the game because nothing's changed, and then they come back to it when stuff changes again. I mean, you've always got your kind of core following, or your core people who play Euro Truck. And then on top, you've got people who only play new content and then do something else. And then on top of that, you've got people who've like never played it or play it infrequently. But what his question is like, he's basically saying, are you bored of doing it every week? And my answer to that is, I'm not bored of doing it every week, but it does get difficult to do it every week. And therefore, on the times when it is, then taking a break shouldn't be a problem. Put it this way, we shouldn't ever sit here and go, we must truck on a Sunday night because it's Sunday night trucking. Like, even if there's nothing to do, we'll force the situation and do it anyway. Because I'm going to get bored, you're going to get bored. You've got to be flexible about these things. And say, well, you know, this week, why don't we do, you know, Red Dead because that's new. Or why don't we do Transport Fever because that's like we're doing now. And then we'll go back to it next week. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, but Raven, no offense, mate, you're just suggesting games that you want to play. Which is what people generally do. Yeah. That's what people do. They'll go, well, you could play OMSI. You know, yeah, I could play Flight Sim. There's plenty of stuff to do in Flight Sim. I could do a Sunday night flight. Why not? Maybe I could truck one week and fly the next week. And alternate it that way. There's always options. I think you do, Flavicum, you do have to do that. You always have to play what you enjoy. You can tell when somebody's getting bored of a game, yeah? And they're just going through the motions. Like, the streamers I see who pretty much play one game, you know that they've got bored of it, and they're, like, waiting for the next expansion or the next big season or whatever. They're just bored of it. But they've got to keep playing it, and they call it grinding. They've got to keep doing it, because if they don't, people will just go somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, everybody gets tired of a game. You have to do what you want to do, because if you don't, you're not, like, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, I can't entertain you guys, and you're not enjoying what you're doing. If I sit here just moaning about the game all the time, that's not fun, is it? And yeah, the downside of doing what I do, where I play more than one game, the big downside is that the community, you guys, is filled up of people who kind of, you don't all play the same game, yeah? You play different games. Some of you might be more into trucking, some might be more into aviation, some might be more into trains or buses. You've got a common overlapping interest, but all of you individually have a favorite kind of game or games. And the downside of doing what I do is you guys always go, play this, when are you playing that next? That's the downside of it. But the upside is I have choice. Let's see how this line's getting on. It's a massive line, isn't it? Look at it. 3 people. I bet the finances are amazing. Look at that. 3 people. I'd say what we do need to do. The reason this isn't working is because I'm not moving passengers to the train station. War Thunder. Lol. Right, let's see where the passengers are going to come from. Okay, mostly here. We already put the station in. We just need a depot. I think what we'll do is we'll use a tram. So if we put the tram depot out here somewhere, maybe on that bit of land. So no, we'll put it that way. Sunday Night Pac-Man, lol. Yeah, Pampisa, there's always going to be people like yourself as well, you know, that really don't mind too much about the game. You're here for the community, you're here to hang out, you know what I mean? You come here, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a relaxed environment that's kind of family-friendly, that kind of thing, where the trolls of the internet are kicked out. Like, that's what you're going to get, and that's what you're here for. And I totally get that. Thanks. But equally, there's always people who are here for specific games.
Oh, yeah.
Fatty, it's your channel. You decide what to play. Shouldn't be the other way. Sunday Night Truck for me has lost its flair. I love the channel, I will stay, but I have skipped many Sunday Night Truckings the last few months. Just don't let it stop you from playing what you want. Can I just ask, Fatty, and I am interested in this question. You say that it's lost its flair and you skip many of the Sunday Night Truckings. Can I just ask, what do you mean by that, Fatty? Like, what is it that it's lost, or what is it that's missing, or what is it that isn't what it used to be? Is it the game? Is it what I do? Is it the way I do it? What is it? Look now. Buses. Oops, wrong one. Get rid of that one. Nope, not that one. That one, like that. Nice big circuit. Bring back the slip again. For you, it's too much of the same thing. There's not much new content in trucking. Well, I agree with that. The only issue you have, it keeps making you buy games. Lol. It's turned into a rather deep conversation. I don't mind that, Stu. Buy vehicles. Let's do maybe... Let's do 5 of these. Let's get people over to this station. Are they actually getting some tools now? They are. Look at that. Nice. They should start growing nicely now. Ooh. Curry time. Huh? Thanks. Doyle. Jeez, man. Stop barking. You're the same with World of Tanks. You're a bit bored of it now, so not watching World of Tanks streams now. Yeah, you see? It's interesting, isn't it? Once you get bored of a game, you stop watching the streamer who only plays those games. You think I'm also in the Lost Its Flair camp for you? It's very samey. Back when you first joined, you loved it, looked forward to every week. In recent years, I seem to have drifted away from it somewhat, only occasionally watching it newty. Again, though, is it because it is just trucking, and after a while, you know, there's only so much you want to watch? Or is it because you're not really playing the game? Because the game doesn't change, you're not interested in the game, you're not interested in Sunday Night Trucking. Yeah, I agree with that, Flavica. I never saw the reason for the wheel cam myself. It's not like trucking is high-intensity steering, or the gears are complex. I don't think it's entirely about that, Egregious. I think a lot of it is just to add some context and get people to see what it's like to have equipment and that kind of thing. Because often if I don't have it, people say, are you using a wheel? The number of times I've played something like My Summer Car and people say, are you using a wheel? Because they can't see it. You're here for the little gadgets like Sabrina and Piggy. Lol. You came for the trucking and stayed for the other wonderful games you play, Kirby. Interesting. In your opinion, you can play what you want. Also, Sunday Night Trucking doesn't mean just ETS2. There are some other trucking games, old trucking games like Wheels of Steel. Yeah, Geosec to an extent. I mean, I did play one of those once, and, you know, it didn't go down like a lead balloon, but equally it wasn't super popular. You think it's the game's a bit samey, then taste change. Over time you drift from what you once enjoyed. Oh, I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I used to play World of Warcraft for years, and now I just no interest in it. You definitely change. I used to play RTS games a lot, yeah? Total Annihilation, Command & Conquer games, I used to play those. I loved them so much, but now, no interest. So that is a true thing. The game's become too stable. Other derpy AI, we don't have a lot of hilarious moments like we used to. Yeah. Probably had more hilarious moments in Red Dead than we have in Sunday Night Trucking. You miss Sabrina. Whoa. Piggy and Sabrina are in retirement in the cupboard, Whiteland. You came for your personality and gaming taste, stayed for the banter and Doyle. Tommy, I have to be careful not to play too many different games, mate. There is a danger of just playing all kinds of stuff, you know? And then people don't know what to expect. Red Dead was fun to watch. Yeah, well, we'll finish it next week. How's this guy getting on? Look at this guy sat down, just looking at the wall. That's impressive. Right, camera's going off for a bit. I'll just grab some nosh. Bambus new DLC. Was that a map extension? Interesting, Baz. See, look at the inside of that tunnel. It's pretty cool. Look, the signals in the brick wall and everything. Yeah, I wonder when we'll get it, Kirby. Yeah, in Skylines, they completely copped out in tunnels. Listen, Baz, when I play a game, my intention is not to empty your wallet. My intention is to enjoy it. Why so many signals? How many signals do you think there should be? I'd definitely play Prison Architect again, like Greggy's. But I do want to finish Red Dead off first. And there's also Red Dead Online as well. Good to know, TSD. $65, that's more like it. Breaking even now. That'll definitely help those cities to grow. It's getting a pretty good speed, almost 100k. It's interesting. I had to think about it a bit. I would say it's because I'm not playing it myself at the moment. Might do in future. It's not a very deep experience like learning to fly, exploring a planet, or surviving in armor. Yeah, your interest have moved on, Fatty. It's perfectly normal. Shanghai's starting to look nice now. Wow, that's almost a full load. Look at that. That's awesome. I don't know what to see. That has an awful lot of logs just sat there doing nothing. And that now has a lot of tools waiting. That's okay with one train now. This needs to be improved though. Far too many logs sat there. If I duplicate this train, will it come out of this depot, I wonder? Yes, it does. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Let's do a last poll, shall we? I did say I'd do one. Game is going to be SNT or TF2. Exclamation mark vote space SNT, exclamation mark vote space TF2. Do you want to see Sunday Night Trucking or Transport Fever 2? Well, it was pointed out to me that some people weren't here yet for the trucking, so in the interest of diplomacy. It's not rigged, Whiteland. However, I do feel that by not actually showing the current, like what some people used to do, White, was play that game. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. They're not getting enough fuel, but there's plenty of it sat here, which means we need more trucks on that line.
Happy anniversary, Natter. Happy anniversary, Natter.
Soon sort that out. That's a lot of fuel. Blimey. Mind, there's a lot of people waiting here as well. kicking off. PC Kelly, thank you for 39 months, almost 40. My Twitch baby is so old now. He'll be leaving home soon. Marky Mark, thanks for 62. King Awesome, 53. Mark 515 months. Aramon, 38. RS Lub, welcome back. Thank you, Mans, for that gift. Mans, mate, I know you gifted a lot of subs there individually. Thank you very much. Right, where are we at now? There we go. That's where we currently are. 70-30 split still. It's not changed. You see what I mean, Dre? It doesn't make that much difference. Alright. Decision made. That's not going to move suddenly like 40%, is it? So we shall continue. $50 tools sat here. What is that train? I think there's only one tool train currently. Yeah, that's not coping. So that is a China Railways JF1 with 5 boxcars off the back. It's a JF1 with 5 boxcars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 million, buy that. Oh, which one is it? Okay, this town is developing. Langeveld. 80% of viewers didn't even vote. Raven, I told people to vote, mate. I literally sat here and said I would like more people to vote. I can't make people vote. Maybe they're the ones that actually don't care enough to grab a keyboard and vote. Maybe they don't mind. Look at it that way. The people who actually care voted. Yeah, I'm going to get planes going. We got 46 million. We need to get the finances under order and just make sure. We just spent a lot of money on investments, so 6.5 million coming in from railroad. 11 million last year, so we've lost a lot of money, but that's because we're losing money on these new lines. Do you know the best thing about a vote is? Whoever loses moans. Right, they're getting tools. They need con mats, but there's nowhere nearby to get con mats. Let's have a look at the line manager finances. That one. Let's figure out. Okay, so these lines are doing pretty well. This is the new train line, which is currently losing 1 million, but I think that will pick up. One day that will be a very lucrative line, I think. The Pyongyang Conmat train. The food train, where's that one? This guy only has 20 food. Why? There's a demand for food, but they're not putting it on that line. Is that because we need more trains, maybe? That's interesting. This guy's running at a loss. Sunday night training tonight, yeah. I don't understand why this guy's running at a complete loss. Because there's demand for food here. We definitely... I remember putting in a drop-off point so the food gets distributed to where it's needed, which was here. So why can he not run a profit? He's only getting 20 food picked up. Out-of-date train. I don't think it is. 44 years old. It's not that old. Okay. Okay, maybe he's old, alright. Let's replace him. Well, look at that, the Bristol Freighter. That looks nice. Now, there's plenty of... You could see there was loads of food, but it was being allocated to the other line. Wait till fall. That's weird. Why? Oh, there you go. Now I can figure it. Okay, that guy should go faster. Hopefully he can start turning a profit. Can you not copy the train and replace? Oh my god. You can just insta up. If you've got a train, you can just insta replace it. It doesn't even need to go back to the depot. Cloning a train? Don't even get me started. So that's not really producing enough right now. Well, that's because there's so much sat on the platform, it can't even cope. But look, there's only 32 allocated to Ho Chi Minh. Look at the detail. Yeah, more storage capacity. Can you separate the pickup points for each line and get more storage? You can. Yeah. Alternatively, you can just add more platform and get more storage that way. Now, the problem is I've just told him to wait, and that's okay, except this guy is now going to get blocked because they're both sharing the same platform. And that's not really ideal. I think this station should have its... yeah, I think we need to change it, put it that way. What if we do a... we add some more track like that, and then reconfigure it, so they basically go into different places. It's broke the lines now, look. This train is now broken.
Happy anniversary.
So what we need to do is get that line up, configure the line, and this up here. I want to make sure it's on the right platform. So that's platform 1, 2, 3. So we want platform 1 for this one. That's fine. Oh, look at that. I just messed up. Right, so we want the green one, which is this guy. We want him to come into this platform, and we want this one to go into that platform. We're just going to have to move everything down one. Oh no, I'll remove the destination. I messed up. Snookerman, thank you for 3 months. We just let him cruise on past a little bit more. Right, so he can go in there. But we need to basically reconfigure the line. The line doesn't know where it's going. You can tell when you click on the line manager, there's no line there. So what we need to do is get that line, configure it, and then where it used to come into Ho Chi Minh City Halt, remove it and re-add it, and then it'll figure it out. It's a bit of faff, but it works. Now this one, we need to move over slightly. It needs to come into this slot. Slightly more tricky because of this bridge.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
And then this guy. Construction not possible. Some bit of road there, look. Right, so if we click on the line manager again, he's broken. Surprise, surprise. So we want the food one. Get rid of that. So the only one that's broken is this one. There's a train. Okay, now, if we tell that to reverse and reverse again, it should figure it out. There we go. So yeah, if you reconfigure a platform like I just did, the line, as it used to have lines coming in, because you've now reconfigured the platforms, the line gets very confused. The best way to do it is to detach that stop from the line and re-add it again. And then the next thing that might happen is the trains themselves have got themselves into a muddle because they don't know what's going on with the line. And if you click on reverse on the train and then reverse again, it just works it out. Paul, honest opinion, do you think Transport Fevers is complicated? I bought TF1 and ended up refunding it as it was too complicated for me. I like watching you play TF2, but I don't know if you play TF2. It's not for everybody. It does depend on whether you kind of like logistical problems. If you don't really like logistical problems, then probably it's not for you. If you got stuck with TF1 because, I don't know, if you watch somebody play it but you couldn't do it yourself, don't get TF2. If you watch this and you think, yeah, I get that now, then maybe give it a go. Sorry, Kilmowski, no. Danny Brooks, thank you for 6 months. Snookerman with 33. Jack with 70. 70 months. Kilmowski with 43. Double sub hype. Keith Ryan, 17. Thank you very much, guys, as ever. Does this game have MP? No. No. It's single player only. So yeah, that's a lot better now because they're all coming into different places, which means we could now have... we could out... Why is that stopped? Hang on. We could now tell this train when it gets to to actually fill up and wait for 2 minutes. It's now got empty cargo because I reconfigured the platform. All the cargo on the platform got messed up, so it's now traveling with no load, which is annoying. Anyway, it'll figure itself out. Pyongyang is getting pretty big, man. Look at that. Although it does have a demand for food that is off the charts. We are not getting it enough food at all. The food train is full. I do think maybe we could put on bigger trains and take more stuff. But before we do that, we need to double check that this thing's capable. Yeah, it's capable of producing a lot more. We're not taking all of it, but here's the problem. We're not bringing enough grain, essentially. It's only operating less than half of what it can do. Which means we have a grain problem.